there were bathhouses in Coney Island, which I never went to. My father talked about going to them when he was younger, but I have no recollection of ever being in one.
Do you remember what he said about them?
No, that was the era before he met my mother, which was off limits to conversation, I think.
So
That and his earlier activities at Feltman's. But obviously he went to Feltman's for more than the kiddie rides, in years past, but he never talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying about the bathhouse?
Oh, there were these old bathhouses, which were combinations of lockers, showers, saltwater pools, and handball courts, basketball courts, maybe some tennis. There was table tennis in some of them. And I remember going into one once, and this was past the heyday of the bath, so that it was already run down. And I never went back because I remembered what it was. It was populated, unfortunately, by many, many old people who preferred to do that. They probably came from a generation where they were used to leaving their apartments and spending the entire day at the beach, and they would shower, they would eat there, they would engage in games and everything, and even things like checkers and chess, and they developed social clubs. But by the time we tried it, by the time my generation got there, they were already way past, they were run down, and they were old, and all you saw were a bunch of naked old men running around, not running around, but sort of hobbling around in the changing rooms, waiting to go into the pools and stuff like that. So, but that was the very tail end. Some of the baths survived a little longer and were a little higher class, but that was probably from the turn of the century to about the 1950s or 40s were the highlights.
Your description of the baths is identical to my recollection about Brighton Beach Baths,
Yeah.
which had this was a private beach club where you'd rent a little wooden locker, a big enough cubby to walk into. They'd store perhaps some change of clothes and a beach chair and maybe a small umbrella and a couple of towels and so forth in this locker. Not a gym locker kind of thing, but a walk-in locker. And my recollection is that everybody who was excited about being there was old and very bronzy looking because they spent their entire day out on the beach where there was a pool and there were chess tables and checker tables, and people would just sort of hang around and talk and spend a few minutes in the pool and on and on and on. But the average age seemed like most of the people were either retirees or damn close to it. And there was, the number of young people were just very, very small, very, very few. And eventually, of course, it turned into a condo.
Very expensive one.
The place was closed and replaced by several huge apartment buildings.